Imagine you could press a button and freeze time, not for a moment, but indefinitely. Everything around you would stop, the cars on the road, the leaves falling from trees, even the wind itself. Sounds incredible, doesn't it? But what if this power is more of a curse than a blessing? What would happen to the world, to you, if time came to a halt? What if I told you this seemingly perfect ability could turn into your worst nightmare? Let's dive into what really happens if you could stop time. The laws of physics have a lot to say about time. According to Einstein's theory of relativity, time and space are intertwined. To stop time, you'd essentially have to stop every single particle in the universe from moving, because time is just the measurement of change. And here's the kicker. To do that, you'd need to travel faster than the speed of light, something deemed impossible by modern physics. But what if science fiction became reality? What if you could magically press pause on the universe without breaking its rules? Let's imagine that scenario. The moment you stop time, everything around you freezes. But here's the problem. So does light. Photons, the particles of light that allow you to see, stop moving. This means you're left in complete darkness. Not just the darkness of night, but an all-encompassing void where your eyes are useless. And it doesn't stop there. Sound waves, which travel through the air, also freeze. No footsteps, no voices, no ambient noise, just deafening silence. What about breathing? Oxygen molecules would be suspended, making it impossible for your lungs to draw in air. So unless you figured out how to create a time bubble around yourself, you'd be blind, deaf, and suffocating in a world where nothing moves. To avoid immediate disaster, let's modify our scenario. Imagine you have a bubble around you where time flows normally. Inside this bubble, you can move, breathe, and see. Sounds like a solution, right? Well, not quite. Even with this bubble, your perception would be warped. Light from outside the bubble wouldn't move, making everything outside appear washed out or non-existent. Sound? Still a no-go. Your bubble wouldn't allow external sound waves to enter, leaving you in eerie silence. And here's a question to ponder. If you move objects within your bubble, what happens when time resumes? Would those objects snap back to their original positions, or would the sudden shift cause chaos? Let's try another approach. Instead of stopping time completely, what if you could slow it down? This would mean everything around you moves in extreme slow motion while you operate at normal speed. Sounds better, doesn't it? But there's a catch. Slowing time also affects light and sound. Light waves would stretch into the infrared spectrum, rendering the world invisible to your eyes. Sound waves would drop to frequencies too low for human hearing. The result? A distorted, eerie environment where nothing feels real. And what about your body? Could your brain process information at this accelerated rate? Studies suggest that the human mind can only handle so much input before it becomes overwhelmed. Would you lose your sanity? Let's shift perspectives. Imagine you have complete control over time. What would you do with it? Would you stop time to fix your mistakes, to gain an advantage, to escape a dangerous situation? But consider this, every action has consequences. Freezing time could lead to moral dilemmas. If you pause time to save someone from an accident, would you alter their fate? Would you be playing God? And what about the mental toll? Being the only person moving in a frozen world could lead to profound loneliness. How long before you'd crave interaction, even with a world that's completely still? As tempting as it is to dream about stopping time, reality has a way of reminding us of its limits. From the laws of physics to the ethical and psychological challenges, freezing time is far from the perfect superpower. But isn't it fascinating to imagine? To question what could be? Perhaps the real power lies not in stopping time, but in how we choose to spend the time we have. If this got you thinking, let us know in the comments. What would you do if you could stop time? And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon for more mind-bending what-if scenarios. See you in the next one.